Welcome to the Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters Zone J video blog featuring
Microbeads. What they are, what they do, and why we don't need them. For centuries, we have used exfoliants in our daily beauty care. We've used pumice, which is ground lava rock. We've used ground nutshells, ground seeds, even crystallized salt and sugar. But recently, the last few years, large corporations have eliminated using these natural biodegradable products in our health and beauty care. And now you find microbeads as an ingredient. Well, what are microbeads? They're microplastics. They're tiny pieces of plastic under 5 millimeters in size. Most of them are microscopic, and most of them are spherical in shape. These pieces of plastic are being added as exfoliants in your shower gel, your deodorant, your hand soap, your facial scrubs, even your toothpaste and bubble gum now contain plastic. Those little tiny flecks of color that you see in your toothpaste, those aren't bursts of flavor. Those are pieces of plastic. And dentists are finding them embedded in their patients' gums. Well, what happens when you have a shower? When you use these products that contain microplastics, you rinse off, down the drain goes the plastic, through the sewer system into our wastewater treatment plants. Big problem. Our wastewater treatment plants cannot filter out microplastics. So these microplastics end up in our streams, our creeks, rivers, and ultimately in our Great Lakes. These tiny pieces of plastic bounce along the riverbed, and their spherical surface attracts heavy metals, pollutants, toxins, PCBs. The microorganisms that our fish and wildlife feed on are eating these microbeads. Our fish then eat these organisms and even some of the bigger microbeads, and they block their digestive tract. Our ducks, our waterfowl, ourselves, we eat our fish. All of a sudden, all these toxins are in our food chain. The first ever open water survey of the Great Lakes for plastic found some of the highest concentrations of microplastics ever recorded on Earth, with the majority of the microplastics being under 1 millimeter in size. What can you do to help stop this problem? Read the list of ingredients on your product. Be an informed consumer. If you see that your product contains microbeads or microplastics, if the list of ingredients includes the word polyethylene, that means plastic. Avoid those products. There are products out there that do not contain microplastics. Read the product information. The Ontario Federation of Anglers and Hunters Board of Directors voted unanimously to support the Great Lakes Fishery Commission and the Great Lakes St. Lawrence Cities Initiative to call on more industries to phase out the use of microbeads by 2015, and to call upon the federal governments of both Canada and the US to stop future additions of microplastics to the Great Lakes and St. Lawrence, and to clean up the microplastics currently present in these waterways. Legislation to prohibit the sale of cosmetic and personal care products containing microbeads is already in place in many of the Great Lakes states. Illinois, Michigan, Minnesota, New York, Ohio, and of course California have all passed legislation to prohibit the sale of these products. Well, what can you do? Be an informed consumer. Support the ecologically minded companies. Spend your money wisely. Have a conversation about microplastics with your friends, your neighbors, your family, your co-workers. Let everyone know. Call your politicians. Let them know that you do not want microplastics in our waterways. There's no need for them to be there. There are natural alternatives that have been used for centuries.
For more information on this and related topics, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Pinterest, visit our website, or send us an email.